One morning my mother said, take the blankets and sheets from the bed. Just before we cover the doors, soak 'em all down good and wet. Cover the windows too, so the worst of the dust won't get through. They'll dry hard and black, be washed and put back, but there isn't much more we can do. And it wasn't the same in Michigan, though we left there when I was just 5. I tell all the kids of 4, 5, and 6 of what they've never seen in their lives. The rain, millions of drops coming down, fills swimming holes deep, sings you to sleep. It keeps all the dirt on the ground. I have my own ground to sow, next to the house dug in low. My father said, that's your flower bed, if you can make anything grow. Inside one corner's mine, I wipe off the floor with a line, wipe down the walls as high as I'm tall, then talk to the kids one more time. Oh, Sam thinks you might end up drowning. Jane says it could pound you flat, like buckets poured down from miles around. And I tell them it's nothing like that, just rain coming down soft as a dream, sometimes for hours, drenching the flowers, washing everything clean. Every week someone else gone, every week we pass a farm, all their possessions all out for auction on what had once been the lawn, and the dust can ride on a sunbeam, piggybacks on every breeze. It's lighter than thought, but it crushes the crops, it fills the air that we breathe. Maybe I'll tell my grandkids someday, if I get old, how all the kids' eyes opened up real wide at the tall tales I told about rain. Stand under it as it comes down, with your head tilted up, your eyes squinted shut, tasting the drops on your tongue. spend my days in Africa. I'm home in time for dinner. Sometimes Spain or India. Africa is better. All you other kids, you only dream of California. I see elephants and lions here in Oklahoma. If you get all your homework done and you promise not to bug me when I go to Africa, I might take you with me. Yesterday in Africa, I rescued an explorer who swung from vines and just in time pulled him from the water. Mom and Dad talk of nothing but this Great Depression. I don't understand it, I just wish I could do something. And back here on the farm, I'm just another dusty scarecrow. But yesterday in Africa, I was someone's hero. You know, you can see Africa from your bedroom window. There's big giraffes by Granddad's ranch, hyenas in the hollow. With a little practice, you can close your eyes to see it. These days, you never know just when you're gonna need it. So even when the sky turns black and everyone takes cover, well, we can go to Africa until the storm is over. Now that I am old enough to go out with a rifle, Dad says I am good enough to bring food to the table. I guess this dust must be the only crop we're growing, and it's hard to see the jungle when this dirty wind is blowing. And now that there is nothing left, I guess we'll all be leaving. But we can still have Africa wherever we're going. I spend my days in Africa. Big storms blow, you can't always see them coming, so you gotta watch your neighbor's back. It could come slow, or like a freight train running, and it might not be a drill next time you make your call on the Cyclone Line. The sky goes black and the sun is a crumbling cinder, just like that. Everything you own is busted flat, twisted into splinters, without a clue, without a sign. So we got the Cyclone Line. So crank up that old telephone and send the news on down. Run it through the countryside and on into the town and say there's a storm coming. There's a storm coming. If you're not prepared, then you had better say your prayers. There's a storm coming. Not long ago, we lived by sun and candlelight. The news moved slow, no faster than our feet. Now every home, it could be bright as noon at midnight, and we're hooked up to a party line. We've come to call the Cyclone Line. Now the sky goes black with the weight of several counties, just like that. Well, everyone you know is busted flat, and they count themselves damn lucky to be out of town just in time. Everyone's on the Cyclone Line. Only God can tell us if we'll live another day. All the folks are asking him, but all he'll ever say is there's a storm coming. There's a storm coming. That thunder in the sky is every voice that's ever cried. There's a storm coming. You never know. It happened once without a warning, coming home one Sunday from the church, and every soul who saw that sweet spring morning would be breathing rough and running blind and shouting down the Cyclone Line. You could say that a mountain had come walking. Some would pray that it was not the end of days, but either way, it was just some devil talking when a day that started clear and fine ended on the Cyclone Line. So tell those men in Washington our land will be dropping by. Throw the windows open wide and look up at the sky, and you'll see the storm coming. There's a storm coming. You better start to care. Everybody's running scared. There's a storm coming. There's a storm coming. By the time you make a change, there could be no one left to blame for the storm coming. The storm coming.